hard. You have no wrist. You're not going to be like, hey. You're going to be like, hey. You're going to be angry, so you might have fists. You're going to have tension.
Bring your arms back. What?
Why not? But not making fun of men. You are a man. Yeah. So you're going to have tension all the way from your arms up into your shoulders. You're pissed. Feel that sort of anger that you don't get to express in your own usual social role. It's really cool. All right, so line run. Line one more time. 1, 2, 3. Hey! Get away from my car! And go. Hey! Get away from my car! Much better. All right.
It's yours.
It feels really good. All right, we're going to do it one more time without having to say go. We'll go, you go, we'll go, you go, and that'll be it. So, backward, backward. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Hey! Get away from my car! 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 All right, so it's just a start. It's just a start, but try to concentrate on that hey rather than hey! Hey! Even if you go way lower than your character's voice, it's better than going higher. Alright, so the other relevant, point 6, rule 6, go beyond. So basically what I keep saying is, when you're playing a man, you have the super exciting opportunity to be other, which is really what acting's about. Like, acting like yourself is one thing, which is really interesting and self-reflective. Acting like other is exciting as hell. You can just really play. So, something to do, go through your lines, do a scene the way you might say it, which is awkward because you don't really know your own mannerisms because you just do them. But go through the scene and just try to be a girl. And then go through the scene and pretend that you're a guy. Because go through each mannerism. Say, okay, I'm nervous here, this man thing. Go through anger, go through sadness. Whatever else you gotta do. Play with it, take it way outside of itself, come up with weird things your character does, like when they're bored, they count their fingers. Come up with funky things, because the more you go outside of your own mannerisms, the less you'll be tempted to be a girl. Other relevant points, quickly, binding, your choice. I'm not a fan, but like I said, I usually can get away with a button down and a vest.
We'll buy some ace bandages.
Yeah, if you're going to do binding, talk with your director about how they feel about it, and be careful that it doesn't restrict your projection. I have mixed feelings on binding, but for some women it really helps them get over that last hurdle to being their character. Rehearsing in binding is a good idea. Don't just bind for the show. If you're going to bind, start a few weeks before. Hair and makeup. I'm a big fan of the underbun, just making a bun, tucking it under, and then pinning it. But I've seen everything under the sun. Demisha, when she played a man, tucked her braid down the back of her shirt and just taped it down behind her back, because it's like, there's never a butt at that point. Just a plain ponytail can be fine. I've seen shows where women had their hair down and were playing a man. It really depends on what, again, will get you outside of yourself. If you can say, this is my character, this is what they look like, go for it. Makeup, basic tips, don't touch your lips. If anything, if you have really red lips, a little bit of concealer. Not that you want to wash your face out. You don't, because the whole idea of stage makeup is popping each emotion. Eyeliner, totally. Mascara, probably. Eyeshadow, maybe not. You don't, because like that would really come across as a feminine thing, especially the darker it gets. Foundation, all the rest of stage stuff, sure, but no lipstick, minimal blush, unless you really have a strong kind of masculine face. If you feel like you have a more feminine face, not that you don't look like a girl, but if you feel like you have a more feminine face, you can get away with it. You can't get away with blush, because it'll come across on stage, especially the kind of stage makeup blush you do, where it's like, hi, I'm Rosie. So don't worry too much about getting washed out, because for a man, you're going to be trying to do more with your body and really bring that across. Facial hair can be a really good way to get around the idea of what your face is doing. Details. Remember to take your nail polish off before the show starts. You don't know how many times that's happened. Somebody just forgot that they had nail polish on, and they're a guy on stage with nail polish.
If you're going to have to be barefoot at any point, toe polish. Yeah. I know some people like to just forget that's there.
Yeah, you'll just totally space on. That's something that you won't even realize, but try to keep in mind. Things like if you pluck or wax your eyebrows, probably wouldn't recommend doing it day of show unless you're going for something really expressive. I find that sometimes having it be a little bit thicker can make you, even like when you look in the mirror, feel a little bit closer to being not yourself. And then you can, as soon as the show's done.
Aren't you doing your own thing in November?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's perfect.
The first time I played a man, I totally let my eyebrows grow in and like just schlepped no makeup for like a week before the show, and it just to bring that side of yourself. So I know I've totally used up our time, but
You have another half. You have another half. You have another
half
hour.
hour. That's why I had enough time to say perfect. All right. So
Yeah, and Marty, you're excused just because you have to.
Okay, yeah.
all right. So using what we talked about, all yours.
Oh, jewelry. Take off your jewelry before the show.
Hair ties off your wrists. Oh, I do that all
Yeah,
the time.
stuff like that. Hopefully you'll notice whether you're playing a man or a woman that you're not going to walk on stage with your own stuff. But as a man, it's particularly important. So I printed out a short script. How many people do we have interested in acting some stuff out? We can total. Would you be interested? Sure. Would you like to?
Yeah. If you do people, we can do something.
Okay. For now, I think like the four of you are fine. All right. So please read both parts. It's just a really silly, quick scene. I know it's 4 pages, but it's a big font. They're all short sentences. And then I'll give you a few minutes to read that. When you're ready, I'd like to pair you up and have you try to play the woman as femininely as possible, using sort of exaggerated feminine gestures, and then I'll switch it and have you play the man as masculinely as possible, and really try to totally differentiate everything about yourself when you switch. So think about how you can do it. I'll give you like 10 minutes, so just